There is a popular saying that blood is thicker than water and that family is the strongest bond there is. Do you agree? Well, if you agree, then explain to me what would make a brother decide to turn on his own sister and kill her and then dismember her body parts and hide it all over their house. This is the story of Azumi Muto and how her life was cut short by her elder brother. If you are ready for this ride, buckle up and let's go. Azumi Muto was born on the 13th of June 1986, and her beautiful young life was cut short, unfortunately, on the 30th of December 2006, just one day to enter into the next new year. Azumi Muto was a pin-up model and an aspiring actress and was linked to an agency in Tokyo, Japan. Unfortunately, she was murdered by her 21-year-old elder brother, Yuki Muto, who was born on 1985. The death of Azumi Muto was a shocking blow to the acting community in Japan and triggered an uproar from the tabloids due to the circumstances surrounding the crime. Backtracking, Muto's father and mother were both dentists, and Azumi was brought up in a relatively comfortable environment, although she would turn out to be rebellious against her parents and eventually end up running away from home between December of 2004 and May of 2005. In her pin-up acting career, her stage name that she chose was Kakeru Takamine. She filled the role of a supporting actor on an incest-themed V cinema adaptation of Cream Lemon. Her role was a woman who wore a blue commando uniform. She also made her stage debut in 2006. Her final performance as that of a nurse took place on December 10th, 2006. This was just 20 days before her life would come to a sudden end. It is alleged that Azumi had told her friends that there were problems in the family regarding her brother's mental state just a few days before her death would happen. Fast forwarding now to the fateful day of the 30th of December 2006, when Azumi would end up being killed. These are the events as they occurred. Azumi's brother, Yuki, beat her with a wooden sword and strangled her with a towel. She was finally drowned in a bath. As if that was not enough, Azumi's brother Yuki then went ahead to dismember her body with a saw and a large knife. Yuki was arrested on the 4th of January 2007. Police found out that Azumi's brother Yuki had hid the body parts of Azumi in various places in his room. Yuki also sliced off Azumi's breasts and genitals after he murdered her. He then put them through the garbage disposal in the sink. Yuki would later indicate that he did that in order to prevent the police from being able to detect his sister's gender after they found her body. At this point, I begin to wonder what is going through the mind of somebody like this. The Tokyo District Police Prosecutor's Office indicated that Yuki was not a necrophile nor a cannibal. So then the question was begging that what then would account to this? This is family. The blood is supposed to be thicker than water, at least per the age-old adage out there. It turns out that Yuki was bothered by his younger sisters teasing him about being a failure and telling him that he had no ambition in life. So it turns out that Azumi, Yuki's younger sister, had been teasing him and allegedly telling him that he's a failure and has no ambition in life. This got to Yuki, and he cracked on that day. It was apparently the talk of him having no ambition that prompted him to murder his sister. Yuki had failed repeatedly to pass college entrance exams. Prosecutors claimed this pressure contributed to his psychotic stress. Later on, the police would end up being criticized for their abandonment of Yuki's murder weapons. Fast forward, on the 12th of May 2008, prosecutors requested 17 years imprisonment for Yuki, although his psychiatrist had claimed that he had diminished responsibility or was criminally insane. Moving on the 27th of May 2008, the Tokyo District Court ended up sentencing Yuki to 7 years imprisonment, indicating that he was criminally insane when he dismembered his sister's body. On April 28th of 2009, however, the Tokyo High Court revoked his original sentence and ended up sending him to 12 years in prison. So, to sum it all up, this was a brother who ended up killing his sister by using a wooden sword to beat her severally, and then strangling her with a towel, and then drowning her, and then cutting her up, and then hiding her body parts in his room. All this was triggered by consistent teasing from this sister of his, with the basis that he had no ambition and was not serious in life. This is twisted, and at this point, you begin to wonder if a family member, your brother, has done this to you, then what would an outsider do that would be worse than what your family has done to you? I am not a medical expert on psychosis and psychiatric issues, but this is what we at True Crimes Cafe will advise. Try and look beyond the fact that you are dealing with family and rather look at the behavior of people around you when you are dealing with them. If you see any red flags, please, and please again, muster the courage to advise the person to seek help, or in cases where the person has gone beyond reasoning with, help, or help to find help for the person, or get help to find the person. Don't look on blindly. Secondly, don't forget that there is always the cause and effect relationship. You never know what triggers people, so don't make it your business to always be molesting people or teasing them and expecting that it's just a regular day. This is not to chastise Azumi, since we are sure she would not have had any idea it would end like this. All we are indicating is that respect the feelings of people. Sometimes, when you fail to do so, you might end up putting yourself in a situation where you are doing the one worst thing that triggers somebody to the extreme point of himself, and you wouldn't want to be around to find out what the circumstances or consequences would be after that trigger has been initiated. We wish Azumi a peaceful rest in peace, and we leave her brother in the hands of the justice system. Stay safe out there.